he picked a good day to announce his retirement. And remember last week when we had Howie Roseman, the Eagles general manager, on PFC Live from the Combine, I asked him, because in the Kelce documentary, he's agonizing over whether to play another season right around this time of year last year, and by his demeanor and words, got the impression team wanted to know by the start of the league year what he's going to do, because obviously it affects your plans. Howie said to us, oh, it really doesn't matter, whatever. And, when I think back now on what he said and how he said it, I think he already knew.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he already knew.
Right. A lot of people knew.
I think Kelce knew.
Yeah.
He knew. We knew.
I knew.
We knew the
right.
way he conducted himself after the Buccaneers beat the Eagles 32-9 in the playoffs, that it was done. He didn't talk to reporters. One of the teammates said he's done. It just felt like this is where it's going, unless he changed his mind. But he wasn't going to change his mind. He didn't change his mind, and he found a perfect dead spot because the scouting combine took over last week. Free agency starts next week. Monday of this week, perfect time to do it. Monday or Tuesday would have been the perfect time to do it. So, certain amount of strategy involved in this, I think. Smart strategy. You don't retire on a late Friday afternoon. You want to have your victory lap. You want people like us to have a chance to talk about it and give him his flowers. Got no problem with that. He picked the right day to do it, I think. It was the right week. It was the right day. It was the right time. And he's getting a lot of praise, as he should. 6-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. He had a couple of years where, 1 or 2 years, and I need to pull it up here, where he was an All-Pro but not a Pro Bowler. That's the Antoine Winfield. How do you pull that off?
Why? When was everybody just going to give up on the
Pro
Bowl? The Pro Bowl
bowler.
means nothing. It means nothing. I mean, it really, who the hell cares? No, it holds no water of value anymore. I mean, we're seeing like the 12th best quarterback in one conference go to the Pro Bowl. Who the hell cares anymore? It has nothing.
17 and 18,
right.
He was an All-Pro.
It tells you how clueless
the
Pro Bowler voters are, and that they probably shouldn't be able to vote. Right? That's what it does tell you. Right? But, I mean, Mike, you're right. It was a good day for him to do that. Dead day. He deserves a king send-off. He's one, if not the greatest center of our era, right? And a great personality. You don't cry like that at the end of the wild card game when they lost to the Bucs unless you know it's kind of coming to an end, right? The conversations, I had with him at the Super Bowl, that certainly led me to believe that he wasn't playing anymore. And I had heard from other people throughout the media that he had been having conversations with certain people too, that all kind of, I think, led to this point. So, it's a sad day. It stinks because he's still damn good. That's the crazy thing too. This is not like a guy who's just hanging on to his starting spot, because I've been with one team for 13 years and, they've kind of let me start the last few years even though I haven't been that good. It's still high-level football. It really is. So he's going out on top as far as his quality of play, and he's going out on top in general because of the kind of person he is and personality and player he was in general.
There were reports during Super Bowl week that he met with pretty much every network
right
that broadcasts football. And, it's kind of funny. I'm not going to name names, but, there's some reports yesterday that, naming the various networks that broadcast football and say they're candidates for Jason Kelce. Well, gee, thanks. I mean, MTV, we'd hire you if we broadcast football. Like, it isn't all that hard to figure out the candidates for the services of Jason Kelce, unless he's going to make a dramatic turn into something in broadcasting other than football. There aren't many places where he will be working. The question is studio or booth. I saw some stuff yesterday. I think it was Andrew Marchand, now of the Athletic, easy for him to say, The Athletic, saying that Jason Kelce, talking to people about studio. God, you know what? Having witnessed Drew Brees' maximum discomfort from afar because I wasn't traveling the year that Brees was working with us, take him out of a stadium and put him in a studio, you know what that's like. I don't think Jason Kelce is going to like being in a studio. I don't think Jason Kelce, not that I have a problem with being in a studio, but There's a fundamental difference between being at a game and the energy and the atmosphere of being at a game and being in a laboratory, which is kind of what we do every Sunday.
I don't think he's going to have a problem either way. He's got too gregarious, right? Is that the proper word of a personality?
Well done.
Where I just feel like
I'm just saying, will he like it?
I get you. I get you.
Will he like it?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's my point.
I hear you. I hear you there. I do, know that Kelce's a little. I know Travis more than I know Jason, right? They are football guys. They're personality guys, right? I've never been around either one of them where it isn't jokes and fun and whatever else. So I do think he'll thrive no matter what. I hear you, though, there. That's a valid point. But as you know, there's only a few of those seats that are really available that I feel like would pay somebody like Jason Kelce the kind of money that would make it worthwhile for him, too, as far as announcing the football games, right? So I'll be interested. But I think he'll be good at anything he wants to be good at. He does love the game. He understands the game in a lot of ways. It was a sad day to see a legend of the sport like that go. The Eagles, they got replacements. We know that. They're still going to be damn good. But it's not easily to replace a guy like Kelce and the leadership and the things he does in the locker room to go along with the great play on the field.
Like I said, he spoke for about 45 or 50 minutes yesterday announcing his retirement. Here's a little bit of it. Here's the moment where he finally makes it clear that he will not be playing football anymore.
Where I announce that I am retiring. Where I announce I'm retiring from the NFL after 13 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles. And today, I must admit, I am officially overrated. Vastly overrated. But it took a lot of hard work and determination getting here. I don't know what's next, but I look forward to the new challenges and opportunities that await. And I know that I carry with me the lessons from my time here, and that forever. And that forever we shall all share the bond of being Philadelphians.
Sixth-round pick in 2011, 191st overall, not a highly regarded offensive lineman. He told the story yesterday about how at Cincinnati, a strength coach, when Brian Kelly became the head coach, suggested that he play offensive line. He said, you'd make a pretty good center, and that was to Jason Kelce something he wasn't interested in. He wasn't interested until he explored it. And it just shows you that if you have a high degree of determination and you're willing to put in the work and then some. And for football, it's not just work. It hurts. It's painful. It's uncomfortable. It is exhausting. It's relentless. But if you really want it and you're willing to put in the effort, you can achieve something far beyond what your objective physical skills and abilities would suggest. He willed himself to become an NFL player. He willed himself to become a Hall of Fame center, 6-time first-team All-Pro. He decided this is what I want to do, and he went out and did it. And I think there's a great message in that. I've mentioned that a few times in recent weeks because, a lot of people want something for nothing. A lot of people want to end up on top of the mountain without climbing it. He decided he's going to climb that damn mountain. He didn't know where it was going to take him, but he's going to climb that damn mountain. It's hard not to respect everything about that, Chris.
Yeah, there's not really anything you could talk about in Jason Kelce's career where you don't go, well, that I respect that, or I respect him, or the way he handled that was great. Right. They're really, I can't think of any negative moments when it pertains to Jason Kelce. Right. Freaky athlete in a lot of ways, like we know the Kelce family is. Okay. Yeah. Hard worker with freaky athlete. Combine that. Hall of Fame center. That's what you get. A guy that, like you talked about, in the nuances, worked, did everything. Blessing in disguise. They switched him there. Right. Has kind of the perfect center body, The center, you don't want him to usually be the giant, slow off the ball. I'm bigger and, semi-fatter than most guys on the O-line. That's not who the center is. The center is like not only like the alpha physically in a lot of ways, right? And that's where Kelce was. The center is the alpha mentally. I mean, the center, even though he might not be as good as Jordan or big as Jordan Mailata, or the big right tackle,
Lane Johnson.
Exactly, right? I guarantee when Jason Kelce spoke in the room, everybody listened, right? That's the guy that kind of leads the charge there in that room. And that's where, I think he was special. He led the offense the last few years. He's a huge part, I feel like, in the fact of the Philadelphia fan base accepting Jalen Hurts and getting the message out there about what he was like behind the scenes. So, between the work ethic like you're talking about, the talent, a coach, a little luck going, hey, wait, you kind of look like you'd make a good center, all that, hit a pinnacle for an unbelievable career, that we're saying, again, Hall of Fame, and then had a special ending with a play that is rare, that is revolved around the center, that took over the league for 2 years. Like, what? Like, we spent one time a week for the last, 38 weeks of the football regular season talking about the tush push, the brotherly shove. And that is all predicated on Jason Kelce's talent, and of course some of the other guys, but it starts with him. And that's cool. We've never had that in the history of football, a play that kind of revolved around a center. That's pretty damn rare.
And he told Laura Oakman at one point this past season that every time he did that play, as soon as it started, he yelled F.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it.
Loudly.
I mean, damn, I thought we'd have to say it the right way. We got to give the guy his due credit, say it the proper way.
Well, hey, listen, he's got no filter. I think he would fit in well at NBC. He's got even less of a filter than you.
I don't know about that. What he said about
Nick Foles yesterday?
Well,
holy
yes.
crap.
I wouldn't be talking about people's man junk on my retirement party. No, I would not.
Well, you would be. You have, but not quite the very blunt and direct way that he did. I had to text my writers who work with me at PFT. Did he say what I think he said?
Yes, he did.
So, yeah. So, no filters there, and I think it's great. He just drops F-bomb whenever he feels like it. If you watch the Kelce thing again, it's F-bomb this, F-bomb that. Kids are around. Kind of like
kids
Phil,
gotta learn.
Phil with you.
Yeah, that's
kids
right.
Kids gotta learn sometime.
Kids gotta learn. He wants to be in a locker room one day.
Cracked me up. You talked about him being a leader for the Eagles, and they showed him speaking to the team the night before Super Bowl 57. The last evening, getting everybody in the right mindset in a conference room at a hotel. And at one point, he just spits on the floor in the conference room in the hotel. Like, not many people can get away with that. He can get away with it. He can do whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants. Here he is from yesterday, addressing an issue that I don't really remember because it's like lather, rinse, repeat NFL seasons for me. Apparently, he did not do well in 2016 and still made the Pro Bowl. Not all pro, but he still made the Pro Bowl in 2016. Trade rumors abounded because he didn't have a great year. Let's hear from him on that.
I was wanted out of town by nearly everyone. And it wasn't just the fans that wanted me gone. It was nearly everyone in this organization. That offseason, I heard trade rumors galore and speculation I'd be cut. I imagine if the Eagles had received a trade offer for a brand new set of washing machines, they may have pulled the trigger. Hell, if I was in charge, I would have pulled the trigger. There's only one person in this building who still wanted me, and it's he who I have to thank most for the career I've had. That's Jeff Stoutland. He was adamant my problems could be fixed with proper technique, fundamentals, and work. And work we did. That offseason and training camp, I focused on using my hands better, playing with leverage, proper footwork, and prepared with an edge to prove to myself that I was good enough. The following season, in 2017, I enjoyed the finest season of my 13-year career, not only as a player, but as a team. and it meant more because of the struggles and work we had been through.
In that 2017 season, his 7th in the NFL would be his first as an All-Pro, which, you know, for most guys, it happens if it's going to happen
it's
a
rare.
lot earlier than year 7.
Right.
He made it to a couple of Pro Bowls, but he wasn't All-Pro. And he wasn't All-Pro Pro Bowl that year. The finest year of his career. Isn't that amazing? The finest year of his career. That to back to your point, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about something that was, and forever will be a joke. But the idea that he regards that as the finest season of his 13 years in the NFL, and he doesn't have the Pro Bowl designation for it, really is laughable. It really is. The All-Pro voters got it. The Pro Bowl voters didn't, and it's a combination of 33% fans, 33% players, 33% coaches. It's 100% wrong a lot of times, and this is the best example of it. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.